Alright, welcome back, Lake Park High School. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and start drilling operations. But if you notice here on this contour operation that goes around the part, we need to do a second contour around the part just so we can go a little bit below the part. The tool has a radius on it. It's going to give a really nasty edge. So we want the tool this blue line to be a little bit further down below the part. So the first thing we're going to end up doing here today is adding one more contour. So go to 2D contour, and we're going to select on this can be tool number 4, which is the 1/4 inch end mill. Since we're already on the 1/4 inch end mill, let's just continue using the 1/4 inch end mill, and we're going to select geometry, and it's just going to be this outside edge. The arrow should go around the outside edge on the outside. And for heights, we're not going to do the bottom height. We're going to go ahead and do model bottom. So switch the bottom height to model bottom, and we're going to minus about 25 to 30 thousandths. So minus 0.030. And that's going to be enough for the radius of that tool. So we might even need it. I did a double minus if you notice. So if it turns out red, you have a typo. If it's black, the number there is black. So it's telling you this is the bottom offset. So if you increase this number, 0.1, it's going to move it further down. We don't want to go 0.1, we want to go 0.03. This just gives you an idea of what this is adjusting. Again, this has to be on model bottom. And this just shows you that it's the bottom height of the overall part. Okay, so the model bottom is here. We're going 30 thousandths below, which is this blue line. You can also just drag this blue line around, but I'm a big fan of 0.3. That's exactly what we need. We need 30 thousandths around the part, just so when it cuts it off, we have a nice clean flat edge. Select OK. Now we are ready, fully ready to begin the our drilling operations. So we have 1, 2, 3 contours, an adaptive clearing, a facing operation, and now we're going to roll right into our drilling operations. If it's drilling, the first tool we're going to select is tool number 5. You may have to come down here and select tool number 5. It may not be in your documents, but so tool number 5 is a spot drill. We're going to select OK. When you're doing this, you need to select geometry, and the only way to select geometry is selecting points. Now, if you don't have the points selected, you're going to have to go back over to model mode. So you may need to hit cancel here. Go over to model, and over here in your browser history, you're going to need to have the light bulb checked on for sketches and on for the last sketch or 2, depending on if all your points don't populate. So if you turn it off, there's no points in the tops insides of these holes, the top center points of these holes. You need to turn it on. That's the second reason why you need to have points for these operations during your sketch. So we're going to flip back over to cam. Now that they're on, you have points there. You can go ahead and do all the drilling just by selecting those points. So first tool is going to be the number 5 spot drill. Again, come down here, select 5, okay, and you are going to go ahead and come over to, that's the first tab. It's the only thing you do in the first tab. The second tab, you're going to go ahead and do selected points. The points you're going to select is 0.1, 0.2. The order does not matter. 0.3 and 0.4. And after you select your points, you're going to select your heights. So the bottom height is not going to be the whole bottom. I mean, I want to drill through with 3/4 inch spot drill. So we're going to do the model top. Now the tip of the tool is going to go all the way to the model top. We need to go into the part a little bit. So we're going to minus 0.025. So when you go down 25 thousandths, you can literally see this tooltip. That's all we wanted. We just want to go in and make a little impression just to start the hole. 25 thousandths is perfect. The rest of this cone or the chamfer is going to be done with 82-degree countersink. And right here, we're totally set. 25 thousandths deep just to start some holes, and select OK. After we do this operation, we're going to go ahead and do our next drilling operation, which is going to be tool number 6. Come down to your wallet on the tree, tool number 6. This is going to be the 0.082 or number 43 drill. Geometry is going to be the same thing you did before. I'm a huge proponent of selecting points for drilling. Zoom out, zoom in, select your points. Your height, now we are going to do the bottom, the model bottom. But if you see, the tool tip is not going to drill through the bottom. So we need to go further down. I'm going to minus 0.2. The reason why is because we're going to drill into the, you may end up drilling into the chuck, and we need to tap all the way down and back out. So you want to make sure we have enough threads going all the way down this feature, and 0.2 should be enough. We might need to go 0.25, depending on how tall your part is, but this should be acceptable. We cannot go much more than 0.2 or 0.25 because the drill length is only 0.6 inches. So if you think about this as 0.3, down here is 0.2, this is a ½ inch. So that means there's just a tiny bit more to drill into the material. So 0.2 should be acceptable. Cycle. We want to do chip break. Okay, chip break is going to be like a pecking operation, and we're going to peck to a depth of, we're going to leave actually all of these parameters set true. So we're going to select OK, and this should end up drilling in and going back out and in and out until it hits its final depth. So if we go to, we'll simulate that in a little bit. And we're going to go do one more drilling operation, and we are ready for our countersink. We're going to select tool number 8. I believe it's 8. Countersink. Perfect. It's an 82-degree countersink. We are going to go ahead and select these features, and this should, when we select the features, it should go all the way down. It doesn't appear that it is. We may have to change the model bottom of that feature. So selected faces, we might just go ahead and do selected points again. So flip it over, select your points one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to do a countersink with a dwell. The dwell is going to be 0.2 seconds. We're not going to go, it'll give us a couple of rotations to clean it all the way up when the tool hits the bottom depth. And now we're going to go over here to our height. So the bottom, my screen kind of looks a little weird, but my bottom height is not going to be the whole bottom. It's going to be the model top. And we're going to go down particular distance down. I'm just going to move this over so I can actually see what this distance is going to be. So we're going to go down a negative point. We're going to start with 50 thousandths in, and we're going to see if that clears out 0.15, which it doesn't look like it. So we'll go 0.078, and that's pretty close. We might just go 0.081, 85. This looks like a pretty decent depth. It looks like it's going to clear it all the way up to 0.085 or maybe 0.084. This looks like it's going to go in and completely clean this feature up. So again, model top 0.084 should be a good number with this 82-degree countersink, and it's going to go ahead and countersink all those holes. So now we're going to go ahead and select OK. Now we're ready to begin tapping. So we're going to go over to drill, select tool, tool 9. Or tool 7 is going to be a right-handed tap. We'll select OK. Again, we're going to select our points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just automatically moves the tool around, or start 1, 2, 3, 4 based on the quickest way to move around the part. And we're not going to go whole bottom. We're going to have to go down further again. So it's going to be model bottom. We're going to go down an extra 0.015. So go in a little bit more to make sure we have the threads that go all the way through tapping. We don't need a dwell, and this is going to be a tapping cycle. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK. This bit of code we may have to this bit of code may not work, and we may need to edit it. out of all the codes. Sometimes tapping and threading cycles on the CAM software just doesn't work out. We might have to write our own G84. If that's the case, it shouldn't be too difficult to edit or recreate. And I'll have to make a separate video for tapping for students that are going to be tapping their holes. Let's go ahead and select OK. Now, if we go ahead and hold Shift, we need that. I'm not sure why. Hold Shift. Click. So I'm going to start over. I'm going to left click here, hold Shift, left click again. So I'll highlight all of these operations, simulate. So get an idea kind of what is happening. Stock, hit the play button. So it's doing this little pecking operation. Come back in, countersink everything, tap everything, and that looks great. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this segment on drilling cycles and tapping hopefully helps you out a little bit, and threading and so forth. Hopefully helps you out with making your part. If so, good luck, and hope you enjoyed the video.